Okay, how to measure a hand for Robohand. You can put a tape measure in that position and it gives us a reference to go off, so we can take some points. So you can take a picture of that and show it. Also, the other points you need are from the longest point of the palm or hand back to where the wrist actually bends. Another measurement we need is from the widest point of the palm. Another point we need is the width at where the wrist bends. Not the circumference, but the width. Another point is you come back from where the wrist bends 10 centimeters and give me another measurement of the width. Okay, a few more important sizes that we needed. Again, from the wrist, up 100 millimeters or 10 centimeters. And we want this time is to find the thickness of it. So roll it over to the thickness. We want to measure that point, and open your hand, and maybe that point if you can. So what we do is we measure the 100 mil. We measure the wrist thickness. And if you want, you can measure the thickness of the palm. Flatten it out. Also, an important measurement is from the side of the hand to that part of the palm, the width of the wrist, and the width of the forearm at 100 millimeters or 10 centimeters. So going over it again, we want that thickness size, that thickness size, that width size, that width size, and that width size. How to measure Robohand. What I've got here is just a casting of someone who is going to get a Robohand. So the couple of ways to measure it is you put a tape measure next to the hand. It gives us a reference point to go off on what size is. Now you can need to measure everything pretty much off where the wrist bends. That way we can decipher the palm and the forearm. So if you take a tape measure from where the wrist bends and come back 10 centimeters if you can, and then you can give us the width of that area. Also need the width of where the wrist bends. Also need the widest point of where the palm is, and we also need a point from where the wrist bends until the top point of the palm or hand.